Hi guys, and welcome back to the Our Minds channel and another sit down video. Making friends as an adult is seen to be quite difficult because when you're an adult, and I'm talking 30 and up, people expect you to already have established your friendship group from university and previous places where you've worked, things like that. And let's keep it real, that's not always the case. Just because you went to uni with somebody, went to college, secondary school, primary school, nursery, preschool, whatever with someone, doesn't mean that they're going to be your best friend or be in your friendship circle for the rest of your life. Hallelujah, amen. No, life happens. You can grow apart, you can have a big falling out, somebody can get married or they can have children and their life's just different, or somebody can move away. So many things can happen as to why you're no longer friends. And when you are of a particular age, and mind you, this video is for everyone, but I'm really speaking to people who are older, you kind of think to yourself that, you know what, I'm pretty much past it and this is just my life and I can't make friends. No, that is a big, fat, dirty lie. I'm going to tell you a story, all right? And please do not get the violins out for me because I hate people pitying me. I'm just not a pity person, pity party person, whatever. So a few years back, 2019, I think it was 2019, on my way home, I'm on the tube. And these three ladies, they get on the tube and they sit directly opposite me, right? And just by the way that they're dressed, their makeup, just their whole demeanor, their vibe, you can tell that they're on their way out. I mean, they're out, but they're out. They're going out on a night out. So they're having a social night out. So there I am. I'm looking at them and I start to get a bit emotional. Because I thought, I don't have a social life. I legit do not have a social life. And I think I've mentioned this before on the channel, but when I say I did not have a social life, I did not have a social life. So I started to get a bit emotional. And at that point, I said to myself, you know what, Jemima, you actually need to do something about this, because I was doing everything by myself. Weekends away, concerts by myself, restaurants, cinema, going for walks, exhibitions, so many things by myself. And I still do that now. So what I did was I went on Google, good old Google, and it brought up this app called Meetup. And if you're not familiar with Meetup is an app where you download it, obviously, and you're doing it because you want to meet friends. Now, this is the only app that I will 100% say, yeah, download it if you want to meet somebody, as in friendship wise. And if it does lead into a romantic something, fantastic. But it's primarily for making friends. So I'm going to put I'm going to put a screen recording up of how you use the app, just so that you can get a feel for it and hopefully you can download it and you can kind of like see how it works. So what you do is, you create your profile. It's completely up to you if you want to put your birthday, your picture up there. When I first downloaded the app, I didn't do that. I kept it completely anonymous. And then you select the things that you are interested in. So for me, when I first downloaded the app, I selected, I think it was definitely afternoon tea, going for walks and hiking, and bars with live music. Those were the three criterias that I put in the app, things that I was interested in. So the app then will filter through to you what you have, what you've said you're interested in, and it will display all these different groups that do afternoon teas, that do hiking, that go to bars and restaurants and things like that. And then you click on the group and you select which group you want to be a part of. Did that make sense? So for me, I selected my first group that I selected. I think they were called Afternoon Tea with the Ladies, or Ladies Who Do Afternoon Tea, Ladies and Afternoon Tea, Tea with something like that. I can't remember. It was quite a while ago now. And our first meetup, it was in, where was it again? It was in Baker Street. Yes, opposite the station in Baker Street. When I tell you, I was absolutely petrified. I didn't know who was going to be there. Well, no, that's a lie. I did know who was going to be there, because when you say that you're going, the good thing with them is it will tell you who the host is, and then it will give you a list of all the people who are going. So for my first meetup, there were about 20 of us. There were so many of us. So I get there, and I was one of the first people there, and I was like, oh, hi, my name is Jemima. Da, da, da. And as time went on, more and more people came. I had the best time. I had the best time, and I had nothing to be fearful of, because everybody around that table, we were all there for the same thing. All of us wanted to develop friendships, get to meet people. And another thing that I loved was all of us were from all different ethnic backgrounds, all different ages. We were all female, by the way, all female. And we were all there for the same thing, which made the whole process and made the whole meetup very, very easy. So the host, she left quite early, about 2.5 hours into it, she left. I stayed on for an extra 2 hours, which I did not plan on doing. I gave myself one piece of hour, 1 hour, then I was out. That was me. But I stayed on for an extra 2 hours. And when I left, I felt, in all humility, I felt such a sense of pride and confidence that immediately on the way home, I was back on the app and I was like, okay, when's my next meetup? My next meetup, it was another afternoon tea, and this one was Peggy Porscheson. I think that's how you pronounce it. Peggy Porscheson, some afternoon fancy, posh, flowery, pink place for afternoon tea in Fulham. We went there. Again, I had a fantastic time. So after my second meetup, I then decided to broaden my horizons and start joining other groups. Anyway, cut a very long story short, I then found this group, found some girls who I am friends with till this day. And I will never forget, we went on a walk around Hampstead Heath. And if you're new around here, Hampstead Heath is my favorite park in London. Now, this was a big meetup. It was probably about, my God, maybe 30 of us. It was like a school day trip. So anyway, there we are, going around Hampstead Heath, walking around, blah, 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 blah. And a small group of us, it was about 7 of us, we were like, shall we do something afterwards? Shall we go for a drink afterwards? And that's what we did. We went for a drink afterwards in this pub that I know nearby. And we developed a friendship group there. Now, God so good, out of the 7 of us, there were a couple who decided to leave for whatever reason. It just didn't work out. But the ones that stayed, we have developed a really good friendship. The WhatsApp group is still going strong. We meet up on a regular basis. And one of the girls, she had another friendship group that I think her one was Bumble. And I didn't know that Bumble had the similar app to meet up where you can meet friends. It's not the whole dating one. I don't do dating apps. Again, if you're new around here, I don't do dating apps. Anyway, so through the friend I met on Meetup, she introduced us to her friendship group, and now we're all one big friendship group. And now in the year that is 2025, I can confidently say that I have a social life and it feels good. So if you are somebody who you feel that, oh, it's a bit sad, I don't have any friends, and I don't know how to make friends, I'm telling you, download the Meetup app, get on it, select what you're interested in, and start making friends. Now, obviously, or maybe not obviously for some, I don't know, whoever you meet, you're not immediately going to gel with them. I mean, you might do, and that's great. All glory to you. Praise be to Jesus. It can work for you. But for the majority of us, it takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of time. And don't worry if it takes a bit of time. You might not find your tribe straight away, but the fact that you're putting yourself out there and you're going to these meetups and you're going to these restaurants, you're going to these bars, you're going to these exhibitions, whatever it is that you're interested in, don't think that you're doing it in vain, because by you going out and meeting up with these people is building up your confidence. And trust me, you will meet the friends that are supposed to be in your life. And what also is fantastic when you're making friends, when you're a bit older, is the fact that you now know life a bit more. and you now know stripper people a bit more. And you don't want friends that you're no longer friends with being recycled and being your friends again. If that makes sense. Did that make sense? Because in my head that made sense. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the type of friends that you used to have, you don't want to have them again. So because you've had those type of friends, when you're now creating a new friendship group, you now know what you used to have. So what you used to have, God willing, you really don't want it now. So check it out, guys. Oh, and another thing is you can select if you want to go to female meetups or male meetups or mixed meetups. Me, I preferred the female meetups. um why did I prefer the female meetup? I just preferred the female meetups. I've never really had male friends like that. I've had two. One, he got married, no idea where he lives now, and the other one, Gibbs, I'm still friends with him, been friends with him since 1200 BC, and that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, whatever your preference is, whatever your preference is. But the whole point of this video is don't feel that you can't make friends at the age you're at now. And although this is, I'm talking to people who are of my age group, you're older. If you are younger, 25 and younger, and you still haven't developed a friendship group, that's okay. This is why you have apps like this available and around. Download it. It's completely free. You've seen the little tutorial that I've given you on this video. Check it out, get yourselves out there, and you create and have a social life for yourself. As always, guys, I hope that what I said made sense. Take care, and I will most definitely see you in the next one. Bye bye.